Another one.
How do you cope with seeing friends slash others way successful in their career? I did a bachelor's degree in industrial and systems engineering. I don't remember why I did it. I was in a bachelor's in computer science, but decided to change it to industrial. I have a friend who I've met when she was a sophomore on computer science. We were in the same club. I had the same opportunity as her for a scholarship and chose not to go. After she took the scholarship for a women's conference where you can get an internship, her success began from it, and she began to have opportunities from even NASA. Yes, NASA, and went twice. The next one was a big company, Apple, and then she got a full time job at Google. As of right now, I feel that she is better than me. I did nothing with my bachelor's. Even if I choose to go to the scholarship, I couldn't because I wasn't qualified. I was in a student visa while she was a US resident. I got my green card until the last I got my green card until the last year of my graduation as industrial, which I couldn't do internships anymore. And I have been wasting my time thinking of maybe so so maybe I hopefully one day get a job in Google as she did. I feel so awful and so sad. I couldn't let this out of my head. She is doing very great and traveling around the world while I'm doing nothing with my life. How do you cope when you see other people on your dream job and doing what you wanted to do one day? Well, that is a good question that you ask. How do you deal when people have the success that you wanted but didn't work as hard for? So, how do I feel when I see people are doing successful and when they are where that I would want to be? Well, I don't have many friends that would be in that necessary position, but there are people that I see that they are doing great, they're doing wonderful, and that I might want to be in that position one day. You know what? This is what I do. I do this. I 100% celebrate their success. And I look at myself and I say, you know what? I need to work harder, right? I am a very, very, very good at creating competition, even when they don't know that they're my competition. And I say, you know what? If that's where I want to be, I am going to work my butt off. And I'm going to go and crush it because there is nothing, I repeat, there is nothing that is stopping you from getting to where you want to be. You see, if you're looking at your friend and you're jealous, then you're doing it wrong. See, here's the problem. Part of the problem is that she was focused, right? And you were not as focused. She decided to say, okay, I'm going to stick to computer science and I am going to take every opportunity that is presented to me. A lot of times we do not take the opportunities that are presented to us because who knows? Like you were in computer science, but you switched it for industrial engineering. And the question is, did you properly do the adequate research to see, okay, if I switch to industrial engineering and systems engineering, what are my options? Right? A lot of times we make these decisions that make us feel good or they sound good, but they do not necessarily correlate to what is going to be beneficial to us in the long run, right? So, I highly, highly commend your friend as she took initiative and she was focused. and she used everything to her advantage. She got a women's scholarship, or she got a scholarship to a women's conference, and it got her internship, and she got to NASA. Yes, I repeat, NASA, and then to Apple, and then to Google, right? But guess what? You do not need to feel jealous or anything like that. You need to work harder. You need to, I would say, because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Part of the problem that I see, especially when people have bachelors, right? You probably have most of the credits that you need already taken care of, that you can go back to school. And you can go back to school, and you can like transfer like some credits so that you can get that computer science degree, right? You already went to school for 4 years to get a bachelor's. Like taking some more courses to get the right bachelor's, right? Should be like, it shouldn't be that tough of a decision for you to make, right? Especially if you're looking at your friends who actually made it in something similar that you were doing, then you should go and you should put in the extra work so that you can do it too. Um, I've said this before, right? So many times people like they'll go to college and they'll go for and I'm not saying like industrial or systems engineering is a bad degree. I have no idea about that degree. All I know is that you're having trouble finding a job with it. But I would say go back to school and like let's stop going to school for useless degrees, right? If you can spend the time for a useless degree, stop trying to sideswipe the degree that you want to get you paid, right? Andrew was talking about it earlier, like, oh, you're trying to make Netflix money, but you're spending boot camp time trying to get Netflix money. Do some people make it? Supposedly, allegedly, right? I haven't, like, I don't know someone who works for Netflix who went to a boot camp and stuff like that. I'm thinking I don't know someone who works for, actually, I do know somebody who works for Netflix. I take that back, right? But I would say that put in the time, study properly. Like you're like you can do it because you did it before in industrial and systems. So put in the time, get the education that you need so that you can apply for these scholarships. Like you're a resident now, so you can apply for these scholarships. You can also get more opportunity, right? All the job applications, they're saying that that they're looking for computer science and stuff like that. So you know, it it is harder when you are older trying to do that. But if you're still young, right? Don't be jealous of your friends. Use that as motivation. Use that as inspiration. I look at everything as an opportunity. I look at everything as motivation and inspiration. But you have to be disciplined, right? You have to be disciplined to go after your goals very, very strategically, very, very carefully, right? Um, I don't know. That's how I am, at least, right? That's how I am. When I see my friends are doing well, or they're successful and stuff like that, then that just motivates me to work harder to be successful as well. It's ironing. Jesus Christ. It's iron sharpening iron. That's how I see it. I love to see my friends doing great. I love to see my friends successful, and that motivates me to be even greater and to be more successful. And that way, as I pass them, then they're going to pass me, and then I'm going to pass. Right. So so that's how I see it. Right. I say you're going to have to work harder. Um, like you might have made and you graduated last year, right? So you might have made a bad decision in switching to industrial, but guess what? It is not too late to fix it. So you can easily, like, I don't know if you're working yet, but you can easily take on, like, see what it's gonna cost you to pivot, go back into computer science, maybe get a job, maybe try QA to get started, or you can get a job. If you go back, you might be a software engineer, whatever the case may be. But like, just don't your your feelings are not going to help you, right? You need to put it aside, and because feeling awful and sad not going to do anything for you, put it aside, get back to work, grind, and get the education that you need, get the skills that you need, Stop caring about if somebody is doing great and traveling, and you're doing like you're just throwing a pity party at this point, right? Get to work. Simple as that. When you start to feeling down, focus on the work. That's what I do. When I feel tired, down, annoyed, whatever the case may be, I lock myself in and I focus on the work, because that is the only solution that's going to take you out of your rut. Just do better, all right? Do better. So that is my advice for you tonight. All right.
If you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.